Earth 2020. Society is in ruins, and a virus runs rampant among the world's humble citizens. They are lost. In these dark times, three wayward nerds cross paths at the House of India and realize they are destined to be friends. And so they did. This is their story. The story of the Side Quest.
Welcome back to the Side Quest podcast. My name is Luke.
I'm BJ.
And I'm Matt.
Hi.
Don't be so weird.
Don't everybody else do silence after the intro.
Well, someone's got to break it. Why not you?
I don't know. You started. Why not you?
I don't know.
You fired into it like you had something you want to say. Now say it.
You know what, Luke? We want you off the pod.
We're excited to announce there's a new Rafe Boutte.
Rafe Boutte, the new third member.
It's going to be like Game Grumps after JonTron left, which some people consider to be better.
What would you say?
It's not worth watching without JonTron.
Fair enough. I just wanted your take. I also think I understand. Oh, fuck! Oh no! Don't disregard the man behind the curtain.
Hey, don't look at the video right now. Don't look at the video right now.
Don't. Fuck.
Joey's going to be really sad when he sees that we took his thing.
Everything's normal. Nothing's different.
We weren't playing cyberpunk. It needed ambience.
Let's talk about cyberpunk,
Dude.
There was a lot of shit that happened in that last session, so I want to hear you guys rap about it.
It's fucking awesome, dude.
So to preface, also, I got really drunk, like more than like in a long time.
I wasn't nearly as drunk as Matt was, but I was on one, like I think I got drunk like midway through the session, and then I was like, oh, I'm fucked. Which that was when me and Matt actually had to collaborate, and so it was drunk me and Matt being like, "Fuck, what do we do?"
The problem,
go
like, did you like just in the app, like our playing Cyberpunk? I had 6 drinks. That's not even regarding like what I had before the podcast, during the podcast, and at dinner.
Yep.
I had like the tall tall can of beer, and then we were just knocking back Trulies and knocking back everything else throughout the whole pod.
I was buzzed when we drove to the gas station before our campaign.
Yep.
So, but I don't think I fucked up too bad. There was one moment, so we go to the Biotechnica. Oh, I mean, it was to be fair, it was such a good episode.
Well, this was
I was able to come out of my shell and be more Matt-like, which was great. So, on our way to Detroit, I call
the commissioner, Dina White.
No, before that I called.
Oh yeah, you called
Yoshida,
and I was like, "Hey, did you get any information out of that main guy?" And he's like, "No, but I'll try." And I was like, "Great." We fucking forgot last episode, but thank goodness
we literally dipped. We're like, all right.
Yeah, after you handcuffed him, you guys forgot he existed.
Well, it was just like a classic like anime thing. You defeat the bad guy, throw a big party, like glad that your girlfriend was alive, like all these things, and we're like, okay, bye, we had a great time. Yeah, and then it's fuck, I forgot my phone.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but phone being a guy with answers that we probably could have used in the coming campaigns.
That's true. But I think we did siphon the most important part, because I'm sure the boss. I'm not going to assume entirely what BJ had written, but the biggest part was that they're using Soul Stealer for that. I'm sure he just played a part in that. He could have given us some names, or maybe not. Like there's just a man behind a mask that told us to do this and paid us. It could have been that.
I'm very interested whenever the campaign ends.
You guys found out more information about how much information he would have had, though.
A lot?
Yeah.
I'm very.
They went to the Biotechnica office
and found out that
he was the previous CEO, and then they were just like,
"Yeah." But so then on my way I called Dina White, who's the
I don't think I caught that he was the previous. Like I was just like, well, we'll see you. And my drunk brain went, I know that guy, and move on. Like just go.
Dipshits.
Yeah. I can't wait for this campaign to end so that when you go, all right, by the way, so this could have gone this way. You would have learned so much shit here. I had to write around this bullshit y'all did. I can't wait for that.
So we get to Chicago. I called Dina White, who's like one of the captains or sergeants there, who Captain Pringle referred me to in our case. And I was also, this was kind of what I drew it from, is like I remember calling my mom as we left the like the Yakuza underground city and being like, I need to make sure she's okay. And she picked up and I was like, okay, she's fine. And then I was like, I should probably call my best friend. But it's like, okay, like let me.
Which was crazy because I was already planning on bringing him in this week.
That's which is great. But it was, my head was like, okay, I like, this is not like my character, but I need to like, if I need to like, I'm sensing this is bigger picture stuff. I'm gonna give him a call. And I was like, I'm also a cop. Maybe he knows something. Who knows? Maybe he's in the city and we can meet up. And so I call him, and did he pick up?
Mm-hmm.
No, I texted him, and I was just like, hey man, what's up?
Wasn't it like an immediate text back, but like, dude.
And I was like,
Yeah.
I'm going to Chicago. Like, can we talk soon? And he didn't reply. And so then, we get to, I drop, Aaron and his bandmates, a couple of his bandmates, they stop at the hotel to start setting up for their gig. I go to the station, and as I walk in, my Academy best friend Alofa, which we like, you're like, hold on, we haven't decided a name, and so we decided a name. It's great. It was there, and I hug him, and it's just like all back to normal, and it was great. And then it turns out that Alofa's working a case that is connected to my case, which is Biotechnica employees going missing. And so we go through a gig, and Alofa is like this charismatic, rocker boy that gets all the girls. And then so in like kind of personality mimicking, I was like, I should probably like, I also write off Akari as like, I'm like, this girl that I'm hanging out with.
Yeah, I made that a problem for the rest of the night.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck, and I was like, okay, I need to pull some Alofa moves on her. So I like opened the door to dinner. I pushed her into her chair. Like,
I remember when you said that, like I looked at BJ and even he was like, like it was an immediate like, ooh. Like, yeah,
but I felt like it was so true to the character, which is like one of my prouder moments. Was like, he's really living it up as H.
It was so good too, because like, the rest, anytime that the Akari and him were like interacting, it was awkward as shit. Mm-hmm. It was so good.
But I will say, me just being also like drunk as a skunk, it really helped me just get loose and play with the character. Like, even though like they played the gig and me and Alofa were bouncers, Alofa got some puss, and then I brought like a car to the side, and I like
got some puss and depressed one of our other
bandmates.
She's all sad now, and I was like, damn, great.
It's all about character interaction.
Yeah,
I think that's why I liked this one. I was like ready to fight, but honestly at the end I'm like, I'm so glad we just had like it was all about.
I mean, the role
building
playing
all
segments are the part that I want to play for.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
the combat is tangential to me. We could go 5 sessions without combat, and I'd be happy.
Yeah, for sure. I was rolling pretty good that night too, which was dope. We'll see if that. I probably won't this session, but
Gonna flip the car.
yeah, but yeah, and then I had this like sidebar with Akari where I was like, hey, which also felt really real, being like a drunk conversation from Matt.
Yeah.
But it was like a sober conversation from H. And so I was like, hey, there's been so much going on. I'm not a people person. I like you. I haven't been in a relationship. And then I dropped this, which
my last
BJ
girlfriend
I didn't pick it up for like 2 hours.
It was after. It wasn't like after the session. You were like, Oh shit.
No, it was you said it like in the car on the way to Chicago, and then you brought it back up in that conversation. I was like, oh, yeah, that.
So I was like, yeah, like my last girlfriend was like one of those AI chat bots, and then he didn't understand, and it was a total throw to
Blade Runner.
Yeah, to Blade Runner. And again, it also makes so much sense for my character, just like, oh, like I don't want any interpersonal interactions. Let me talk to somebody like online is way easier for me. And then I fall in love with this person that's fake. So
Yep.
that was really great. Yeah, so then we get to Biotechnica's office the next day. The secretary pushes a button. I roll fucking super high in perception, notices that she pushes the button.
And then immediately arrests her.
Yeah. Well, we technically, threw her into the cruiser. I mean, it'll be fine afterwards. But as we were talking earlier,
we sped away without. Like we didn't we get in the car in immediate chase? Where did we end up?
No, we didn't get in the cars yet.
Okay, yeah.
100%.
You were on the way to the cars, but it was very clear that a chase was about to begin.
Yeah.
Because in my head when we were like I don't know why I remember like did we get in the cars? I'm like, is she just in the cruiser? Just
Yeah, she's in Alofa's cruiser as he follows you guys.
yeah, we're just like speeding through. She's part of a car chase.
I'll just kick her out and be like, next time, don't interfere with police investigations.
It's like a GTA thing. You just open the car door, fling her out, and
Yeah.
get in.
So it was really fun. All the RPing was really great, and it was fun having to like have my character's like more intimate relations with like people from his past come out, which is always like a fun thing when role playing.
Yeah.
So that was dope.
Tell them what you found in the offices.
We
like
found
the
we
CEO's
found
office.
is it Ingram or just a a chip with
They're
next
chips.
to a name.
Yeah.
Chips, and two of them were missing.
What were the names for the three? It was
The three were Arasaka, Caldwell, and Black.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
And the one that was still there was Arasaka.
Yeah.
and the one with the black had nothing. There was nothing there for that one.
And there's
or
nothing for Caldwell. Yeah.
which
The only chip we were able to grab
was Arasaka.
was
But
Arasaka.
it's definitely the biggest. Like, oh shit, that's my
Yeah,
name.
I gotta make a couple mental notes to prepare, but
Yeah.
okay.
I grabbed it through my guitar case. Because I was rolling pretty decently last night. or
Well,
last
we
week.
did, which I thought was a smart move, but it ended up fucking us up. Was I immediately went to the IT department?
Yeah, you went IT and then R&D and then up to the CEO's
Yeah.
office instead of just straight up,
Yeah,
which caused the situation you're in now.
but I mean, I think it was a smart move if there was things to like be discoverable, but I don't think there was. I think because we essentially talked to somebody then they were working on.
I'll tell you this, the guy and his receptionist still would have been up there if you guys had gone straight there.
That's fine, but this is fun.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Can we save scum?
No.
I want to go
This
back a
isn't
couple
Skyrim.
autosaves.
This isn't Baldur's Gate. I save scum the shit out of that game, even more so than Skyrim. Because in Skyrim, I can like bypass enemies. I'm like, okay, I'm not even gonna kill these people. I'm just gonna run through this. So,
Speaking of, well, I have something to talk about Baldur's Gate in a bit. We can continue on Cyberpunk
Dude,
after it, but
don't buy Baldur's Gate 4.
well, yeah, it's gonna not be by Larian.
It's not gonna be by Larian.
Because they got
Fuck
into an
them.
argument.
Fuck
Wizards of the Coast, not Larian.
No, sorry, not fuck Larian. Fuck Hasbro.
I was gonna say, and Wizards, the same. Yeah.
No, because Hasbro fired a huge chunk of Wizards of the Coast, too. So mostly just fuck Hasbro because they own, and they fired a bunch of people working.
They also use fucking PMCs to kill people that, leak their
Yeah,
shit.
they sent Pinkertons after a dude who got a magic set early that they sent him, and they sent the Pinkertons after him, which is crazy.
That's like literally the plot of Metal Gear Rising.
So yeah, don't buy Baldur's Gate 4.
Don't buy magic cards either. Like,
They did just put out a Fallout set, and I was like so tempted to get
yeah,
it.
that's the problem.
yeah.
It's not Magic the Gathering anymore. It's fucking Magic the My Little Pony, what can we cross over with next corporation.
Magic this IP.
Yeah.
The Fallout one was the only one that I actually was kind of interested in because I think they have a Joshua Graham card, and I was just
No,
like,
wrong, because they're only reskins.
of other Magic cards.
Yes, they're
Yeah.
not even original. Like
I know. Well, yeah, everybody knows that's the point. Like they were like, this is reskin of cards you have.
But
before.
but sometimes like they will do like new cards for
Well,
like
wasn't the Lord of the Rings ones all new or no?
there were some.
I know the One Ring was new. That
Yeah,
was like a
there are
special
other
card,
new
yeah.
cards in the Lord of the Rings deck. I think the Baldur's Gate ones are all new cards, but they're just
Well, they were all like
one-offs of the
yeah,
characters.
because they were all like Karlach, Lizelle,
Yeah.
Shadowheart, whatnot. Yeah, the Assassin's Creed ones, which I was like, okay, cool. They didn't have any of the characters I cared about.
Oh,
except
do they have
Ezio.
they
had
collabed with The Witcher?
no, but that would be cool.
It's coming.
Yeah,
I'm sure it's coming.
Yeah, at this point, it's like Magic's turning into card game.
I'd buy
Fortnite.
those, unfortunately.
Every single IP they can throw at the fucking thing, they're gonna collab with. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. It's Larian's apparently working on another game that's gonna be a whole new IP that they're creating.
A whole new IP, not a
Yeah, so it's
what
not
is it?
Divinity.
Not Divinity.
They're doing something completely new. I'm hoping they go sci-fi. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'd love to see what they do there.
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, just do an actual tabletop
red?
cyberpunk. Yeah,
Do a red.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
that'd be really sick.
Uh-huh.
Team up. Yeah, like just go to CD Projekt. Be like, yo, want to collab?
100%.
I'd be super down for that. Cause yeah, we're not gonna see another cyberpunk game until after Witcher 4. So
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm like disappointed to get a Witcher game.
well, for me compared to cyberpunk, I'd much rather have the next cyberpunk game before I
Ooh,
get Witcher
that's-
4 personally.
Same.
Yeah, but
I don't know.
But that's because like I've played 2 Witcher games which I think are great, and then I really love Cyberpunk more than I like Witcher. So that's just a me thing.
For sure.
I'm hoping. I wonder what Witcher 4 will be because I think the leaks have already said it's not Ciri. It's going to be a new thing.
I'm actually happier with that because I got the ending I wanted in 4, and just tell a new story. Let Geralt and Yennefer in my
let them
ending.
rest.
Let them live in peace in their cabin, which they literally talked about, like when they were post coital. Like it would just be nice if we would just live in a cabin, and it's in the books too. They're like, let's just live in a cabin. I'll sell like potion stuff, and you don't even do Witcher stuff. You just get food for the day, and that's all we would do.
I like that that's an option of an ending that like you can literally just be like, yeah, no, actually have the happy ending.
That's why I loved.
Yeah.
Like I played it, and then I got a terrible ending where
Did you-
Ciri becomes the queen.
Yeah. She aggressively doesn't want to fucking do. Yeah.
Yeah, because I just was like, well, there's also because there's so many things where it's like you make a choice like halfway through the game, and it's like, yeah, that's actually affected it.
Well, because it's like small things that like it's like I think for Ciri's ending there's like 3 checks, and yeah, it's depending
One
on
of
what you
the
make.
one of them I fucked up was when she meets with the other, not witches, but I guess
the
sorceresses, and Geralt. The correct answer is Geralt lets her go in by herself, and he's like, "No, I trust you." But the one I was like, "No, like fuck it, like I want to be in there. I want to hear what's happening." Like, no, don't like have a private meeting. What the fuck am I supposed
It's like
to do?
I'm the protagonist. I'm in there.
Yeah, exactly. But nope, that's the you can't do
you're
that.
supposed to let Ciri kind of be her own person,
Yeah.
and then it ends to the ending of do what you want.
But yeah, and then I loved because like then reading the books, like Yennefer and Geralt are like post coital, and was like, wouldn't it be nice if we just could get like not do any of this
not
bullshit
do this shit anymore.
And then that's one of the endings. I was like, let's go, finally.
Yeah, Witcher 3 is still one of the greatest games I think put out for sure, and it's was that a game? Yes, it was. It was.
Yeah, because we both BJ and I picked it over
2015.
Skyrim, and you were furious.
Yeah.
well,
Yeah.
BJ hates Skyrim.
But also, and it's also wild because BJ also hasn't finished The Witcher 3.
I haven't. I've started it a billion times.
Wild.
Well, I mean that like prologue town is its own fucking game. It feels like.
And that's the problem because
Yeah.
I do everything
Yeah.
physically possible in that town, and then
he would beat the game. He'd do Heart of Stone, whatever. Then he'd get to Blood and Wine and go, "Fuck, it's its own map and its own story and basically its own game here." God dang it!
yep.
Blood
and Wine is its own.
I mean, you can't like buy it and download it as a
No,
separate
it's
game.
its own map. Though.
That's what I'm saying. No, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it's basically a game.
Yeah,
Like they just
that's
developed another game.
oh,
That's the last one. So it's the post. It's the one you're talking with the cool. Yeah.
okay.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Because Heart of Stone is the one where you get captured in
But technically, that's the one they want you to do after.
Heart of Stone.
Yes.
After really?
I think so.
I did it I forget when I did it.
Because
once I was level enough, I think is when I did it.
Because going off the level system, Blood and Stone, I could be completely wrong, but my thought process was one of them was like, we recommend level 30 to play this, and then the Heart of Stone is like a higher level.
Heart of Stone was like 20 something. I think because Blood and Wine is the epilogue.
Oh, then
yeah,
okay,
Blood and Wine is just the last one with the ending you wanted, and like all the cool shit. That's the last one. Heart of Stone kind of can be played whenever because it's DLC that kind of. I don't think it has a set. This is the timeline this takes place in. It doesn't involve series. That's the only downside. But like you can kind of just play it wherever. Okay. It's just like another mission set.
Well,
but it's still good. But yeah, Blood and Wine though was fucking great.
You were saying something. I completely cut you off about Baldur's Gate.
So me and a couple of friends from work decided, because we were talking about save scumming and stuff like that, we all decided that. So my first Baldur's Gate playthrough, I didn't save scum. I was like, I'm gonna accept whatever decisions I get, just because that's more fun for me. I do that for any game that has a choice system. My first playthroughs, first Fallout New Vegas, first Sky or whatever. If I fuck up, move on. And I did that for Baldur's Gate. My two friends at work didn't. They saved scum the fuck out of it to get the best outcomes every single time, so they get all that stuff right. And so I brought it up like months ago. They're like, "Oh, dude, let's do a playthrough," but like we can't autosave. We can't like we have to. Whatever happens. And they were cool with it, but after a while, like just it went nowhere until finally we're like, "Fuck it, let's do it." So we've set Saturdays apart. After work, we're all gonna just sit down, play Baldur's Gate, and go through. And we started with the intention of doing a good playthrough, but now we're at a point where we're like, can we? Because my buddy is a rogue, he has a Starion as his like companion, so we can have a fourth, and he started stealing from the fucking druids in the thing, and he got caught, and so we left. We're going to Free Housen now, but we left with Nettie dead, Wrath or Rad, the black dude in there, he's dead.
Will?
No, not Will. The druid in the camp, and we found the dark druids and all that shit. So we did that whole thing, and then we killed Nettie and the other guy. And we're like, damn, they're all dead. That's crazy. Anyway, let's go save Hallison.
Oh my gosh.
And so we'll see if Hallison is cool with us after he finds out we killed them all. But I killed Auntie Ethel on accident in her like boss fight, the hag.
On accident, like
so we
on
were
purpose on accident.
Well, so like. We weren't gonna kill her because we wanted to get. You can get like an item from her that's really good, and we were trying to save the girl in the burning cage.
You can do both.
Yeah, we didn't because I'm playing a barbarian, and I guess I rolled good because I crit the fuck. She was almost full health, and I hit her.
And that's when the dialogue begins.
No. I hit her once. Like a quarter of her health went away. We're like, all right, cool, I can hit her again. I crit and she died. Like full stop.
Yeah,
she's
well,
dead.
that's what I'm saying because she stops when she's at low health to dialogue.
Oh no! We got her before she got to that threshold. I killed her in one hit. Like
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like you didn't. Yeah, you went past the threshold.
I went past the threshold and she just died. Yeah,
100%.
Because Luis was like fully alone. Like he was literally about to say, "Hey, don't kill her." But I went ahead and hit the button before he did, and she died. And they're like, no. And then we were all like, what do we do? And then we just hear the cage fall into the water because they were flabbergasted on, oh shit, she's dead. Wait, fuck. And then the Miriam died too. So we were like, and that was where Tanner was like, we have to go back. We have to. And we're like, no. And me and Louis like, we can't. We can't save scum. We have to stick with this decision. He was so mad the rest of the night because he wanted that item.
Are you preventing it by overriding save files?
Oh no, we're just not saving. So like we'll autosave, but we're not quick saving, we're not doing whatever. The only time that we'll do stuff is if like, hey, there's game breaking bugs, like when Luis got downed by poison, and then when we got him back up, he couldn't move. Okay. And so that's the only time we'll like reload is like, hey, it's a game breaking thing. Just that's different. But anything that happens, it's just like, no, we have to do it. So like Luis is the one who's in control of the saves, and he's like, I'm not hitting quick save like I usually do. I'm not doing that. It's just we're letting auto saves roll, and we'll save at the end of the night, and that's it. So we're now on our way to save Hallison, but we've done some interesting things that none of us would have done in our playthroughs.
That's crazy.
Why is there a steak knife in here?
It's been there for a couple weeks now.
I know why. It was when we were packing up the studio
Oh, to cut the
zip ties
Yeah.
that I had for all the audio, the XLRs that go underneath the couch.
I see.
But yeah, that's been I guess the main thing I've been doing, and I've just been reading a lot of manga lately. So that's been my go-to. I'm literally like a mission from being done with FF7. I'm in like, I've fought a boss and done stuff that I'm like, oh shit, this is like crazy, and I'm like, again, it's that post-game depression's hitting me, and I'm like, I have one more mission. I'm not done yet, but I know I'm gonna be sad because I'm gonna have to wait 3 years for the next game. But yeah, this is my game of the year, just hands down. Like and unless something comes out that's like crazy, I don't think it's changing.
Okay.
But yeah, this game's great.
Well, on Sunday, BJ and I saw the new Spy Family movie, Code White.
Movie of the year.
It was terrific. You could definitely tell that they had that movie budget.
Yeah.
Um.
Felt very in line with just a couple episodes of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I was more invested than I would be with, like, a My Hero movie where it's like, okay, well, none of this really matters.
Except for that first movie.
Yeah. Where it's now completely canon.
Yeah.
And now it's canon.
Yeah. But, yeah, they blew so much of their budget for this one fucking bit.
Yeah, the fucking poop scene.
Yes.
Okay. Explain.
The art style completely changes to, like, watercolors.
And it's gorgeous.
It's it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen. But Anya's just trying not to poop. And it's like a 5-minute like journey of her
she's
through
doing
poop
it, and then
land.
the poop god who looks like the
teacher,
the head guy,
The
headmaster looks like him, and he's like, "Well done, Anya. You've like not pooped for a while, and now
it's okay. You can let it go.
now that you're in poop heaven,
let's go to toilet land."
Yeah, and like she goes down this walkway where it's like fountains of the poop god like peeing, and it literally just shows like his hands like this and water coming out. It's so weird,
but it was amazingly animated.
Yeah. And then
the best part, though.
Apparently, they let Yor have like a stellar fight scene.
We're sitting there, we're watching the movie. There's a part where they have to like infiltrate an airship. So Yor steals like this biplane, and there's a really sick dogfight. But Yor like stows away on his plane.
Lloyd steals a.
Yeah, Lloyd steals the plane. Yor stows away on it, and he crashes into the side of the ship. And Yor is like, the hatch that she's able to get out of is on the outside. So she's running across the top of the ship, while Lloyd is like, disguising and like sneaking around on the inside. And they're like firing Gatling guns at her and shit. And she finally like throws her jacket at this guy that like opens a hatch to shoot at her, and he drops a grenade, and it starts a fire in like the main part of the airship. So she drops down in there, and they send this guy named Type F after her, and he's wearing
like, so when they do it, they're like get Type F, and they're like, no, he's not ready.
And they show her walking through the flames, and then it cuts to this man that's wearing just the Genro armor. And when that happened, me and Matt both just
and both of us cracked it, because both of us it was so perfectly timed that when we started to look, we could both see in the corner of our eyes us looking at each, like in the process of looking at each other. It was that well timed. We're both of it. And yeah, we both died laughing, and
the fight was absolutely fucking insane.
It was
like some of the best animation for a fight scene. We were talking about best anime fights a couple weeks ago, and I think this replaces Yor on the ship for me for sure.
It's so good. She does the thing where the spin with the bullets, and then it drops. Oh, so good. And then he has like a machine gun arm, which again, just Jinro.
Yeah,
and
she's fighting with like knives, and she picks up an axe at one point, and he's like, "A blade cannot kill me."
Yeah,
and so she takes out this lipstick that Lloyd bought her at this fair, and she's dodging all of his bullets, really close up kind of shit, and then she like does this like Akira slide, but just on her feet, and she's like dragging the lipstick behind her, and she's like, "I know I can't beat you with blades. Do you know what half of lipstick is made out of?" And he's like, confused, and she goes, "Oil." And then it cuts back, and he's got like this long trail of lipstick all around his
and
body.
a ring of him, and then one that goes up his leg and then into his chest.
Yeah, and then she fucking lights the lipstick and drops it and does a cool explosion. It was fucking cool.
It was so dope. And and then in the end, it like, so the whole thing was like they had to go to this other place to like essentially get for a Stella to help Anya get a Stella.
They were having like a cooking competition at school, and the principal was judging it, and the winner gets a Stella star. So the Lloyd is like, okay, well, he's from this village and he really likes this one dessert. Let's go to this village and make the actual one that he had in his childhood. And then they get caught up in a military conspiracy.
Bullshit
Yeah. And then at the very end, they're like, oh, actually, the director got sick, and there's like a fire that happened in the cafeteria, and the director's not going to be judging it. It's going to be the vice principal now that's going to be judging it next week. And then they're like, oh, and then Lloyd's like, well, I remember reading in the newspaper, in the school newspaper, that the principal likes this. We'll have to go there next week.
We'll have to go to this beach town to get the ingredients.
Yeah, and then it just cut.
I would be super down if they make a trilogy of we have to get this thing for Anya's school thing, and
That'd be amazing.
And it's literally like, and the anime, because the thing, it'd be like My Hero where the anime can mention it, but the manga obviously won't. But like that'd be. I said this to you guys before, Paul, but Spy Family is the perfect one for this type of movie where it's like, this doesn't have to matter to the overarching plot. This is hijinks.
Well, I was
I
was thinking like, oh, if she gets a Stella, then that's clearly like one less Stella she has to get in the anime.
Yeah.
But nope. There you go. Just
Yeah,
write
the
it all
principal got
off.
sick.
The thing is,
so.
it works though, because like Spy Family is already like goofy, so having like a gag that like, oh, we did all this crazy shit for nothing, kind of works.
Yeah.
Whereas like you watch a Naruto movie and it's like, didn't Naruto learn like a sick ass jutsu in this movie? Why is he not using that in the show? And they're like, well, yeah, we can't, because he didn't use it in the manga, so we can't use that cool ass jutsu in the Whereas like, you're like, that's fucking stupid, and then
that's why Road to Ninja is the best one. He doesn't learn anything new. He just strengthens his resolve.
Road to Ninja is the best fucking one.
But another good thing about this movie is the impetus of everything happening is that Lloyd goes to talk to the handler, and she's like, hey, they're going to pass off Operation Strix to this other agent. And Lloyd is like, he clearly is like, I can't fucking let that happen. Like, he doesn't say anything that's like, oh, this guy would fail on the mission. It's like, I don't want to leave my family. Yeah. So that's why he goes to all these links to get all this shit.
The other best part, though, was that, so what's his, like, apprentice? It's the girl with the white hair.
It's Midnight, isn't it?
Midnight.
No, Midnight's.
He's Twilight.
Oh yeah, so it is Midnight.
Yeah, Twilight and Midnight. Yeah.
So Midnight meets him in an alley, and her hat flies off in the wind, and so he goes like, she's standing here.
He like grabs her shoulder and leans over and catches it.
And
for
so
her.
Yor is on the building of where she works and sees Lloyd like what she thinks kissing another woman, and so then her like coworkers are like, yeah, there's 3 distinct things that you can tell when your like husband's having an affair. One, he's like extra nice to you.
He goes on business trips. And he buys you gifts. And so they're like, oh, let's go to this. I'll just go to this town and I'll get the ingredients. And then she's like, fuck, he's cheating on me.
It's like, no, we have to go as a family to this mountain town. And then, he dresses differently. He buys gifts.
Yeah.
And he
I love that
and he goes out of town.
Goes on business
and so
trips.
then when he's in the snow town, he's wearing a turtleneck, and she goes, he never wears turtlenecks. Fuck!
Even though it's snowing.
And
I gotta wonder, because I haven't seen season 2. Does season 2 have like a substantial step up in their relationship?
No, but this movie does.
This movie absolutely does.
Because like, I love that she's like, he's cheating on me, and like in the back of my head I'm like, aren't you guys like not actually a thing though?
Let us continue the story.
Okay, yeah.
So they're on the train.
And he's wearing the turtleneck, and she's like clearly upset, and he's like, are you okay? And she's like, it's my lipstick, it doesn't agree with me. And he's like, oh, you must be having like an allergic reaction or whatever. And then they get to the town, and they're like trying to find all the ingredients at this town fair. And then a lady walks by, and she's like, oh, we're selling lipstick, and we make it with like all natural honey. It's all local and everything. And he's like, oh, give me one. This color would look good on her. Here, I know your lipstick's not doing good for you. Here's a new lipstick. And she's like, fuck, he's buying me gifts. Fuck.
And But then Anya is like overhearing all of this and is like, wait, if Operation Strix doesn't like happen,
I'm going back.
And he's like, if getting Estella can help keep the family together, like I have to make sure this all works out. And then so like through all of her mind reading, she's like, Mama and Papa are fighting and they're disagreeing. And then there's one point where she's like, I'm gonna ask him about the affair. So she drinks like
18 cups of wine.
18 cups of wine, and she gets plastered. And then she starts being belligerent, and then she passes out. And again, Anya's like, "Fuck, Mom and Dad are fighting." Like this, like they're gonna
get divorced for sure. I need to do something.
And because then it cuts back to one of her like schoolmates being like, "A divorce is when."
Yeah, it's Becky, who is the impetus of all the problems in the show. She goes, "Yeah, it's when your mom and dad start a bloodbath and they hate each other,
and it destroys your family." Yeah, and so then she's like, "Oh no, they're gonna get divorced. There's gonna be a bloodbath. So
they're gonna kill each other."
So she then is like, "Let's go on this Ferris wheel."
For Anya, that makes it worse because she's like, they could actually kill each other. like Anya knows their secrets.
So Anya goes like, "Let's go on this Ferris wheel together," and then she gets there and she pushes both of them in. And she's like, "You guys now go flirt," and then they close and she goes up and they like have
it's beautiful. It's like right at sundown and they've changed the lighting and everything. The colors
it got
are great.
Me choked up, not teared up, but choked up for sure.
They're sitting on the Ferris wheel and they're not really talking. And they get to like near the top and yours like, "You're cheating on me, aren't you?" And then Lloyd like gets down on his knee and like
he's
grabs.
like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "I saw you with a woman." She's like, "I was like, no, that was like just a woman in the alleyway and I grabbed her hat." Like.
Yeah, he was like, she was asking for directions to the station. And then he gets down on one knee and he like grabs her hand. And he's like, "Remember the vows that I made to you?" And then he like repeats all of them and everything. And then she starts crying. And then she gets so flustered that she like reactively starts like
just
flailing
punches
her arms.
Her right in the head.
Yeah, and he like flips out of the top of the Ferris wheel. And he like, he's like ragdolling. And then he like sticks a perfect landing.
Yeah, like a superhero landing on one knee. And he's like... And then he has this, the huge like lump in his head. But it's like when he's repeating these vows, he's like when I told you like I would like through like essentially like through sickness and through health, like
the vow with the grenade ring and shit.
Yeah,
it cuts
back to it too.
And that's why he strikes the same pose. And it's like I got chills then. I was like, Lloyd. You
was a smooth motherfucker.
Oh my God, Lloyd, you're great! Like, oh my God,
you're over here like, yeah, no wonder Yor is like head over heels for this man. Like, Jesus Christ,
it's so wild. And then the meantime, he like meets up with Midnight, who's like twice is like, "I'll be your wife. Get rid of her. Like, I'll be your wife. It will succeed the mission."
Yeah, it's such an amazing movie.
If I can't catch it in theaters, I'm definitely once it hits Crunchyroll. I'm assuming it won't. They typically don't have long theatrical runs, right? Like even like the My Hero.
Not really.
JJK
I mean,
movies left after a couple months.
I think Broly was only in theaters for like 1 month. So
we saw it in IMAX because it was already like 20% off for matinee, and so I was like, "Fuck it, IMAX theaters."
Yeah.
We did see it subbed, which in the end wasn't a big deal. The voice acting is so similar.
I was gonna say that's been the best thing about modern anime is it's actually seems like they're trying to like make it like a very good even. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad on that.
Like after the first 5 minutes, it didn't bother me at all.
I was like Anya's voice is almost like to a T both.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of sub and dub thing, the voice. This is a small thing, but it's shout out to My Hero for doing it. Pony, the American hero.
Yeah.
In Japan, she speaks English because she apparently speaks English when she's nervous.
Is it good English?
It's the same voice actress.
Well, that's great.
Yeah,
because
it's not Yakuza.
I wish Yakuza would do that shit.
Yeah, it was legitimately just the same voice actress, who apparently can speak Japanese too. So, but they didn't do it the reverse. So if you watch the English dub, she still speaks English instead of just speaking Japanese to be like, funny. No. But yeah, because I saw that clip on TikTok and it was like, oh yeah, this is really a cool little tidbit. I was like, oh shit, it wasn't English. It was actually like someone who's fluent.
That's awesome.
Versus fucking
that. All this anime talk has reminded me. Do you know where I came up with the name Ikari?
Where?
Shinji.
From
Evangelion.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Get in the fucking robot, Shinji. I've been wanting to rewatch Evangelion because I actually want to go through and watch now that the movies are out. I want to just watch all of Ava.
Just start with the movies, man. Don't suffer through those last like 3 episodes.
Well,
Those fucked me up.
They're so bad.
yeah.
Well, they're crazy. They're like,
Well, because
while I was watching, I was also high, and I was like, oh my god, what the fuck is
Yeah, that'll
happening?
ruin your life when you're high.
I want to watch it just to get the full context of the movie because I haven't seen Ava in like years. It feels so. I wanna fully rewatch it, get it all in my head, and then watch the movies.
I also barely understood the ending.
Well, did you watch the movie
Well,
ending?
the
or
end
did
of
you watch
Evangelion is the actual ending.
Yeah. Did you watch
And then
end
the
of
ending
Ava,
of the
or-
show is just like, we ran out of money, just make
I
up
saw,
some
like,
bullshit.
Evangelion like +2 or what is it? Like,
Don't
You
no.
saw the rebuild movie?
yeah, something like
So you haven't seen the end of Ava.
no,
So you haven't
That's
seen
the
ending.
actual end of the
Yeah.
show.
So you haven't seen the ending.
no, I haven't.
Damn.
Again, I've only seen like I've seen
The show.
the show, and then I was like, here's this one movie, and I'll
I'll
just watch it.
It was 0.2. You cannot, because the
You
first
cannot
one is you
rebuild.
cannot rebuild. No, yeah.
Some
Fuck
shit
it.
like that.
There's
Is it
four
like
of
you
them.
cannot die?
They're one of them is
Some
you
gay
cannot
shit like
rebuild,
that.
which is because the first one is just Ava again, but then the ending is different. And then 2, 3, and 4 are just straight up like fuck it, new story.
Yeah, I watched a new story one.
Yeah, so you just straight up are like I don't get it.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, no, I need to. Yeah, the last 3 episodes of Ava are like
Can you give me a
bad
beer?
because they ran out of budget, ran out of everything, and then they got to make the movie End of Ava, and which is good. But yeah, I want to do it just because I want to rewatch those or watch them because I've never seen the rebuild movies yet. Speaking of him, the guy who made Ava, he's finally apparently almost finished with his Shin series. We've gotten Shin Godzilla, Shin Mask Rider, Shin. And he's getting Shin Sentai, so Power Rangers. I think that'll be the
Super
last
Sentai?
one. Yeah, Shin Super Sentai.
Shin Sentai is already airing, and we've been watching it week to week, so
Yeah.
doesn't need to
Go
make
Loser
it.
Ranger.
Just make Shin Godzilla 2, goddammit.
They need to because you were telling me about like the like humanoid like crazy shit and then like the final form. Yeah, I would love
There
to see.
was a couple
Shin.
trailers for stuff that looked interesting. There was one that I was like, that looks good, and you're like, that looks like shit.
Oh yeah,
It was
the
the
one that
Mars?
was definitely just AI drawn over people filming something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks
the
like
Mars Retribution or something like that.
shit. Yeah, fucking awful.
What looked interesting was the story for me, but
Yeah, but
the animation was nothing to write.
I'm doing that same story right now, week to week, with no visuals, and you're loving it. So
But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Helldivers still. Now I only play on Helldive. It feels I'm comfortable. It's hectic, but like
you're in it.
I'm comfortable. I can deal with it. We
You
have,
are a seasoned helldiver.
I am. I'm not doing this like it's crazy. I remember playing with like a buddy was like, "Hey, like I just got the game, like let's play." And I was like, "Okay." And we played on like level 2 cuz that was the only thing he could do, and I was like, "Okay." And it was just like
Boring.
so boring. I was like, I barely get to use like any of my strat, like all like my loadout is so dialed in onto what is good, and then especially with like the team of playing with it's usually like the other person I always play with is Ezra. There's a couple other people that swap in and out, but we got a good team. They added a new mission, which is pretty dope, which I've talked about before, but like wanting a mission, which is essentially like a hold the line mission. And so you drop in, and it's on a small map, kind of like those defense missions, and you have to wait out, like it's a 20-minute mission, and essentially you just have to defend for 20 minutes while 8 rockets launch. And it's kind of like a T, where you have on either side of the top of the T are gates, and then midway through the T is another gate, and then the final gate is at the bottom of the T. And so and it's for bots and bugs, and you just have to hold out, and it's a lot of fun. Because yes, you bring a lot of turrets and a lot of mortars, and
Has the third faction hit yet or no?
no,
Are they teasing it a little more or no?
I would say less.
Oh, less now. Okay.
Yeah, I think they've gotten us honed in because. So the other big thing that happened in Helldivers was we got a major order that was after the automaton push, they were like, oh, Super Earth has run out of the TX01 the TX01 like fluid, which is essentially is the gasoline that we use to power ships that comes from the bugs.
Comes from the bugs, yeah.
Yeah, and they're like, we're out of it. Here's the major orders: kill 2 billion bugs.
Oh wow.
Billion bugs. And at that point, I think it was like 18 billion in total. Like the player base has killed, and it was for 3 days in 18 hours. The Helldivers community defeated 2 billion bugs.
Oh shit!
In 18, they gave us 3 days, and we killed. It was, and that was there was a lot. There were so many good memes of like, you know, just TikTok memes of with funk edits and heavy metal edits. That was amazing. But now they're kind of they're putting us in a bind where they have given us a major order. It's 10 defense campaigns won, and they gave us like 6 days to do it, and like 3 days in, we've only done 2. And so depending on which front, bugs or automatons, depending on which front we kind of
Defend against.
Yeah, or don't, definitely is going to have some sort of impact into the story, which is fun.
I'm very interested in how that goes, because I haven't been playing at all, but I've been like keeping up with like lore, just because I'm like, yeah, what's going on in Helldivers, and like I'm just interested in, is his name Josh? Joel. I'm very interested in this Joel kid. What is he doing? What's his game?
Yeah.
Like I would love to be a fly on the wall of just his notes and shit, and just him being like, all right, so they're dealing with the creek, so I'm gonna fuck this up. A couple rounds we'll do that, and then you know what? Fuck it. Defense positions. Let's see what y'all do. Because I gotta admit, you gotta know he's probably doing the same like DM shit where it's like, oh, you did that thing really easily.
Well, so
all right, fuck yourself. Here's a really hard thing.
After we won and pushed the automatons off the map, we got everybody got a free cape that was a Malevolent Creek cape, and it was like, this is to honor like all the fallen. And for a bit, like for essentially like 2 days, there was some like talk in the community, some toxicity, because some people were killing people that wore that cape on site and kicking them, because one of the problems is what people would call creekers, that like, you know, there were other defense campaigns and other
and they
things,
would just do the creek.
and they would just do the creek. And so people would be like, no, you're the problem, like you're the reason like we're not getting shit done is because you're focusing on, you know, defending creek. And then other people was like, it doesn't fucking matter, it's just a game, like, and we push the automatons back, like you know, this thing is to honor the fallen, like what the fuck, like and so for 2 days there were people like killing people wearing that cape on site, and there were other people like, what the fuck, like the 90% were like, no, this is a dope new cape, get over it.
Well, it's like that. It's the people who are like, no, you're playing the game wrong. We have other defensive things to deal with. Why are you only focusing here? Like, there's this. No one wants to kill with me when we're not going to the creek. They're just being mad about it. Yeah.
Well, then they do things that that do like enforce, like not good behavior, but like working as a team, where it's like then you see the benefits of everybody focusing bugs and working hard to finish missions, killing 2 billion bugs in 18 hours. It's like, okay, now you see like the benefits of when we work together, but don't be so fucking toxic.
Well, it's like they're just mad that like the memes are also part of the game, because you see the canonical first soldier or whatever is like a hot anime waifu chick.
Oh yeah, the Eagle One.
Yeah, Eagle One, because there was like a fan art, and then Arrowhead was like, that's funny.
Yeah.
And they didn't. And then I saw people getting mad about it, because they're like, oh fucking, it's all these fucking weebs are ruining everything. Fuck this shit. Because I guess there was like a theory that like Eagle One was like lost somewhere like in a test tube, and it was like gonna be a cool thing later that, dude, Eagle One might come back and be a villain, and then now it's an anime wife.
That could still happen.
Yeah, but now I guess they don't like.
And that is exactly what happens in Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker.
When
everything just comes back to Metal Gear.
The guy who looked like Jinro also, when his mask came off, definitely looked like Raiden.
Yeah, he did. He had the robot body and everything, the long white hair.
And I said, what's up with his
What's up with his eye?
What's up with his eye thing? BJ's just clenching his fists in that movie theater.
Throw my popcorn down.
I love that also that was like literally in like the prologue of the game.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't have the eye for the rest of it.
Well, now he gets a full visor.
Yeah.
Also, we were watching Fallout and somebody was wearing an eye patch, and I said, "What's up with his eye?"
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the Fallout show's done really well.
It's amazing.
Getting to
amazing.
season 2 already,
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is great. And apparently season 2 just might straight up be like, fuck it, New Vegas.
It is fucking New Vegas.
I-
They filmed the guy going to New Vegas.
I wonder what that's gonna mean because
So we already have a Mr. House.
I will. Well, so the show takes place after. So unless Mr. House survived, obviously you can show flashbacks of him clearly, but
Does it canonically happen after
yeah,
the show?
the show is the most recent in the timeline.
Okay.
So and apparently, New Vegas is abandoned. So for something happened. I was reading into this. The only way they could go to New Vegas is if the courier isn't there, because they cannot canonize the courier. They can't have anybody show up being the courier.
You know who they
can't
can
show-
canonize is Eddie.
They could canonize.
There's a
Eddie.
billion Eddies. And
There
they
is.
all share a consciousness, so
They can canonize Eddie. I think they could. Well, no, because that's the problem with New Vegas. Unless the character just lives no matter what, if there's an option of them dying, they can't be in the show.
just have
Which
it be
sucks.
just have it be a mystery of what happened to them.
Well, that's what I'm saying is like they're definitely gonna show you the spots and you'll have like little nitpicks of like, oh yeah, back then like this used to be this person's bar.
Back then they
yeah.
didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Hose all on me. But the
Bars!
the thing is,
Mike Jones!
no matter what, like he's going to New Vegas for a specific purpose. That purpose is not going to relate to New Vegas's quests.
No, yeah, but it's basically just gonna be there to be fan service. Let's be honest, but they're gonna tie it in really well. I'm interested in because once I actually watch the show, I've been seeing like clips and shit all throughout the thing that I'm like I'm interested in where Lucy's story would go.
Dude, fuck Lucy, fuck Max.
Yeah.
It's all about the ghoul, bro.
100%.
He's the main character. This is
He's got MC like personality.
I was gonna say that's it's
MC
funny.
vibe for sure.
I've seen like a lot of people really fuck with Lucy. Like you two are the only people I've heard.
I mean,
say,
I
like,
do love
Yeah.
Lucy. The thing, haha, reference. I mean, she's great,
Lucy
But-
at
but
home.
she doesn't hold a goddamn
What-
candle
what-
to Cooper Howard.
Cooper. Okay, I was gonna say Cooper. Yeah.
And now people are like going back to New Vegas and like, oh, the like face on Yes Man is based on the cowboy
yeah.
that he played. And I'm like, that's so fucking cool.
They made him the most important
the
character.
guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And putting him as a ghoul was genius.
To me,
I
he's the
think.
chosen one.
He is. He's Vault Boy. He's the guy that's trying to stop this thing that he kind of started. He knew Laszlo.
Do they split?
New York
do-
City.
Do they split up the characters? Like so-
Yeah, for most of the series, it's like them. The most you ever see is like two characters in the same place.
Is it
for the
Lucy
most
and
part. Lucy and Max.
Max.
New
are
Vegas
together a lot.
City.
New Vegas City.
I wonder because they're
Did we
probably
tell you that he's in the show? Laszlo from What We Do in the Shadows.
really
He's the voice
In
of Codsworth.
really oh fuck
They canonize it to theirs that like they show him in person in a flashback.
He goes to one of Cooper Howard's parties and he's like, I sold my voice rights for this fucking robot company.
And he's like, "What did you get? Like 6 figures?" And he's like, "I got like $1,000, but they did give me a robot, and I fucking hate it."
everything I hear about it, I've said that once I finish FF, I'll do it because I don't want to play any other games right now, except 16's DLC. But I still think I'm gonna wait for that. But I'll probably this week we'll start Fallout just to run through it. I don't know.
It's easy too. It's so
Well,
easy.
You'll get sucked in and binge it all.
I can't. I'm still on overtime. Yeah.
Plus, Knuckles comes out in like 2 days.
The show?
I am probably gonna wait for that one to drop at once.
Wait,
Oh, is it
have it
it's just
once.
dropping at once?
Yeah.
Oh, then I'm
wait,
gonna
and Shadow's gonna be in the Knuckles? No,
They're
No.
gonna probably drop the trailer after Knuckles,
People are saying that Amy will be in Knuckles, though.
which would be crazy.
do we know who voices Amy?
It would probably. I'm assuming it'll be the game character. It'll be like Tails, where they
Probably.
Because I don't. I
You heard about Shadow, though, right?
Our boy.
Keanu.
Yeah, wake the fuck up.
Excellent.
still isn't officially confirmed by Paramount.
Excellent.
Wait, which one of them said the F slur? Was it Keanu or was it the other guy?
Both.
Oh yeah, they both
They
did
both
say
said
it.
it, yeah.
Like-
Yeah,
Fact.
bring that back in.
But you could say it.
I don't want to say it.
You have the pass.
All right. Well, which one said faggot?
Both.
All right. I'm just trying to be respectful. All right.
Whoa, hey, they didn't hard T it, okay?
Oh shit. Sorry. Damn, you double syllabled that shit.
All right, Rafe. Next week, just meet up with us.
Just a video, just me on there, be like, I'm deciding to step away. My actions have really affected.
Speaking of an apology video,
The Watcher shit.
Yes. Okay. So Watcher was at least 2 guys that were from BuzzFeed, and then a third guy.
They did all the ghost shit, right?
Yeah, they did a bunch of stuff. They just worked for BuzzFeed, which essentially, when you do that, that means you do a bazillion.
It was also the Try Guys were BuzzFeed too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So. And everyone's saying like, this is the second time a BuzzFeed employees are
Did they
sitting
use
on
the same
3
couch?
BuzzFeed employees are sitting down on a couch apologizing. So they were like, "Hey, we're gonna start a new like website called Watcher like Plus, and we're gonna take all of our stuff off of YouTube, our whole library, and for $6.99 a month, which you can
afford.
You can afford."
You all have phones, right?
And it's like ad free and everything on this. At the same time, they have a Patreon. They have a fucking Patreon that goes up to like $50 a month.
So just post that shit to Patreon.
I agree. And then everyone.
That's what Sam Hyde does.
Everyone's like, fuck these guys. Like clear. And this is my
also,
take.
there's no fucking way they're gonna make as good or as much shit as Dropout.
And here's what I'm.
Yeah.
Here's my
Dropout's
take.
a whole fucking like.
It's a whole network of people.
Because they're
Yeah.
like, oh, we can't like we're doing this so that we can like do the content and support like our people. I'm like, then clearly
Isn't that the mission of Patreon?
but also clearly you are in over your head with employees. Like you are obviously then paying. You have too much staff for what you
I've
make.
seen
like that is then like, oh yeah, like you have to fire somebody. That fucking sucks.
Yeah.
But like there are people that like start YouTube channels that for years they edit everything they do. They don't outsource to an editor on Fiverr for $200 a month, like, or even more. Like to pay somebody as an editor for some of these people, it's a full-time job. So it's like you're paying them a salary. So let's say it'd probably be like way more than that. Like if you're paying a serious editor, it'd be like at least like,
Especially with how much you're outputting. That's so much overhead.
yeah, like at least so like you are clearly
You're mishandling your
misallocating
funds.
your budget. You have too many employees. Like this is clearly your financial problem of misallocating your budget,
And you're pushing it onto your fans.
and you're pushing it onto a fan. So immediately they were like, okay, well we're still. And the other thing is they gave the people that were on their Patreon a discount to Watcher Plus.
Fuck off.
Right?
The people that have been supporting you for however long, and you're like, hey, extra money, give now, please.
So they're now saying they're keeping all their stuff on YouTube. There's a whole apology video. They are still doing the Watcher Plus, but they're saying it'll come out first on Watcher and then a month later on YouTube for free.
So they're just
should've
giving
been the-
nothing to the Patreon fans at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, what if the Patreon's getting just behind the scenes shit, I guess, at that point?
Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
But I literally saw on a TikTok of them explaining. They showed the Patreon page with like all of the tiers. It went up to like $50 a month.
That's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
I couldn't imagine paying more than 10 a month for a content creator, and even then,
For a content creator,
I gotta
no.
like you. I gotta like your shit
The only
enough.
person on YouTube I'd be willing to is Dropout TV. That's the only.
For me, it's Dropout and Super Mega, and it's because Super Mega does like a whole extra podcast every week to upload on there.
Okay.
And that's only like $1 probably.
But yeah, for me, it's like Dropout TV makes sense because you actually have different shows. You're actually now, to me, like an entertainment provider.
Yeah.
I think on my Patreon I've got Last Stand Media and Comic Storian.
I follow like 5 Patreons, all for free, and it's people that just make like incredible software for like homebrew shit, and they're just like, yeah, just follow me on here. It's just a good place to post.
All the free Patreons I follow are all like 3D file stuff.
Yeah, and it's those people are incredible.
So
I saw Moist Critical's
fuck
video.
Watcher.
I saw Moist Critical's
said it.
video on it, and like I was like, still just like, this is crazy.
it's Moist Critical.
I also
But
saw a
his-
TikTok that was like, oh shit, John. John? What's Moist Critical's
Charlie.
name? Charlie. Oh fuck, Charlie made a video. They're like, they're done for.
Well, his was like he brought up. He goes, I'm gonna show some inside baseball shit. I have an esports league that I fully staff, fully pay for, and everything with just my Twitch, and I know for a fact I make less than them. And he was literally like, yeah, I have like over 30.
I mean, of course he does. He's been wearing the same white T-shirt for the last 9 years.
Apparently he just goes to Walmart and buys packs of them. That's his shit.
I love that. If I ever had money, I'd still be doing the same shit. Like, still be going to the same gas station buying chicken sandwiches. I just have change in my pocket.
I don't give a fuck how much money I get. Gas station chicken sandwiches hit though.
Facts.
You know what I mean? But like, I found that funny where he was like, I have like 35 plus employees at this esports league, also, and I'm fully paying their salary and everything else involved with that, and I still have money left over for me.
Did you also
and I'm like,
see when
crazy.
He reacted to that Roblox streamer who's like had the messy room and he was like, that was nothing compared to me. Yeah, I was like, that's disastrous.
Well, like I feel like a lot of streamers like that, if it's not on camera, they don't give a fuck. Because like a lot of them, like some people will film
there's like a cone of vision and everything else is just filth.
Like let's be real, how many streamers just shove shit to the side? It's like, oh, it's off camera, we're golden. Like, because all they do is play.
We did that before we started recording. There was a mattress right here.
Although to be fair, this is also just the room people will sleep in too if we have people over.
Yeah.
So.
That's true. And to be fair, I also, for the most part, I do keep this room clean.
We do. The only thing that really gets cluttered up is that table, and the only reason it matters is because cyberpunk.
Yeah.
I was gonna say the only time that this gets like dirty is when we like drink heavily, and then it's either
just like 18 cans.
Yeah, and it's either we'll get it at the end of the night or the next morning, depending on how drunk we are. Because I think,
or the next Tuesday.
Yeah, or just next Tuesday we'll go, oh shit.
I think that's the most common.
Yeah. I tried to give us a little leeway.
Yeah, no, it's okay. We can be honest here.
It'll get done.
It's a safe space.
It will get done. Before
this
we
is
record,
not a safe space.
This is the safest space any of us have. Be real.
No,
Unless you like fucking Dune 2 or dislike Dune 1.
Then it's not. Yeah, pretty much if Dune is involved, it's not a safe space.
100%.
Yeah.
So
Frank Herbert is looking down on us, and I don't know how he feels.
God, that would have been a really great interview if he was like alive. I know he probably like old.
What's wrong with you?
So
I like dope characters, but you can't trust people in power. Don't fucking care. Yeah. I'm here for it.
And then Frank Herbert probably would have had like an existential crisis, like, what the fuck have I done? Then he would become like the real Paul Atreides.
And I'll be like, check out this Warhammer edit on TikTok.
He'd be like, I don't understand any of this shit. What the fuck is a spy family?
Come on.
It's like it's like finding some obscure hyperpop band and showing it to like George Washington. Be like, yo, check this shit out.
I show him like just Helldivers and Warhammer edits. I'm like,
dude, if George Washington saw Helldivers,
this shit is pretty dope.
He'd be down.
It would have been 1775.
Dude, he would have been so down. He'd be like, oh, look at these patriotic people.
I learned the other day that all the people that that were in like the Revolutionary War and signing the Declaration, they were all like, a lot of them were like fucking 21.
Yeah, it's like 21. The oldest was like 27.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Which is like, to me, I'm like, that's hype as fuck. It's just some boys that are like, we're sick of this shit.
All right, we're doing it.
It's crazy to think about because you see like all these movies where they show them to be like these old fucks, and it's like realistically, it's like, no, they were like our age. But the life expectancy was just way shorter, so that was old. That was like middle-aged. They're good.
We should make a movie where it's like we were always imprisoned by the British, and then they like raised the price of twisted tea, and then the three of us,
or
the Boston Tea Party
just
is
like
the
that.
twisted
but
tea.
It's Wolfenstein, but the British won the Revolutionary War.
That'd actually be really cool.
And then they raised the price of twisted tea, and we're like,
Boston Tea Party. We're like there's the one guy going, wait, but like I don't want to dump.
Dude,
tea,
if we had a Boston Twisted Tea Party today, people would die.
Yeah, no. It'd be
remember the guy in the gas station?
Yeah, dude, almost
with
fucking,
the twisted tea. Oh,
bro. No.
Also, we already have our BJ Blazkowicz.
that's true.
Now, do you get Who's the cool pregnant wife who shoots a bunch of fucking Nazis with two twin machine guns?
I don't know. Probably somebody like really cool and hot and like famous.
Yeah, who do you want to play your wife in this?
Like Anya Taylor-Joy or like I don't know.
You know who would be really good? Even though she's a little older, she's not young, but
That's fine.
Charlize Theron.
Absolutely. Are you
She's a
kidding me?
Charlie's Angel.
Dude,
She-
Charlize
it's
Theron
true.
is fine as shit.
She's a babe. She was in Fury Road as Furiosa.
Yeah, before Anya Taylor-Joy.
Yeah. So
I feel
It
so.
all comes back.
I do feel bad for that movie because apparently, did you see that because that movie was on ice for so long that the script was given to the Mad Max video game devs to use.
They used the
No, but
original concept
I don't think it's
for
gonna be that
Thunderdome
good.
too.
Yeah, like they straight up were
such
like,
a good movie. We probably talked about it, but stellar.
We
movie.
did, and I think it's an unpopular opinion that it is good, but I loved Thunderdome.
And I loved the it felt like a PG-13 version of Hook.
Yeah, really.
I think it's less that people don't like the movie; they don't like that it is tonally very different from like the first two.
That's my favorite part.
That's also my favorite
I'm not
part.
saying it's a bad thing. I'm saying that's probably
It's
why
fresh.
people don't
It's
like
fresh,
it.
hot off the press. It's new people in this quirky outland.
Because if you just give Max misery, like there's no point in anything that he does.
Yeah, but then he's able to help all these kids that are pretty much like the Lost Boys. So good.
Maybe you can attest to this, but like, isn't that kind of what Army of Darkness is? Where it's like,
I'll come out right now and say it. I've never seen Army of Darkness.
okay, so never mind.
I've watched Evil Dead 1 and 2 a billion times, and I've seen the show. Never seen Army of Darkness.
Because Army of Darkness is the weird one, right?
Yeah,
Isn't it?
100%. Because he gets sent to like medieval times, and then there's like Deadites.
Because I know you have Evil Dead, and then Evil Dead 2 is they lost the rights. They had to kind of.
It's basically a remake
Yeah.
of Evil Dead 1.
Speaking of medieval, there's this new on Xbox medieval game that's coming out.
A medieval game, obviously. A jousting game, obviously.
Maybe.
What
It's a Tim Robinson reference.
What do you got a name? Because I know there's that game that's coming out where it's the medieval times, but you get modern weaponry.
No, that's
I saw
already
that.
out.
Where
That
you
shit
have
looks
like
cool
the F-150.
Yeah, just
like the 90s F-150.
mowing through fucking cavalry. That shit looks so good.
That's my Roman Empire, by the way. At least once a week, I think about what if I went back in time with this piece of modern technology.
That'd be like a perfect story though. Like think.
And
about
it's always I go back to the American Revolution and I've got like a fucking calculator, or like I've got like a leather jacket.
There's got to be some things where it's like, because I'm trying to think like, what if I could bring one piece of tech or something back then, what would I bring?
Don't bring a phone.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Yeah, phone is useless.
Yeah, phone would be useless.
Unless you have a genius pull it
this is what we're
apart.
gonna do. We each of us have like a backpack, a big we'll say like a like a backpacking,
Like an
bag.
emergency backpack or
a
like
backpacking backpack. So a big backpack. What are you bringing?
I mean,
AR-10.
I was gonna say probably like some modern weaponry.
Not even an AR-10. Bring
No,
like
I love the AR-10.
It's great, but that's way you don't fucking need. You bring like anything a 9mm would get through all of this armor.
But I don't care. I want it.
Okay,
And-
that's fair. Okay,
Fair, yeah,
no,
yeah.
sorry, that's your bag. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Don't touch my fucking backpack.
Okay, hold on. Okay, you go. You keep on going. AR-10.
I was gonna say just be like, yeah, probably like a deagle or some like
Car battery.
Yeah, car bat. Yeah, because it's electricity.
I'd bring a case of Baja Blast.
I thought.
You would overthrow a country.
That's what I'm saying. Just a little bit, and people will be like, "What the fuck is that?"
Bro, they'd go ape shit with the sugar.
100%.
Spicy.
Yeah, that.
spicy.
I would bring like a little like 9mm carbine and just a bunch of. Yeah,
I definitely just bring
My
a
whole
shit
backpack is going to be based on reverse engineering. So
Okay.
like that's why like the AR-10, the car battery, if you pull the components apart, like you could bring a 9-volt, but
So they're like I would bring. So they make these days like some people that are like if society collapsed, like you want a survival book, and it's essentially like here's all the stuff that like it's essentially like everything of like this is how you make concrete out of natural resources. This is how you here are like bring one of those. Seriously, go on Amazon right now. There's tons of those books.
yeah,
that would be
invaluable.
for sure.
Bring one of those.
I would you guys bring anything like entertainment wise or no? Or would you just try to
I mean,
assimilate to
I
their-
think
their
I would
style?
bring. I would if I was gonna bring anything, I would bring books.
Yeah.
because like
What's the one like book or book series that you're like I want to go with this one?
I mean, it's one of my favorite books of all time, and people are going to call me a fag for it. But Anthem by Ayn Rand.
I don't think I've.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
I'm
what is
sorry.
it?
It's basically just a commentary on communism and
Okay.
individuality. But it's very good. It's very post-apocalyptic and dystopian, and it's very fucking interesting. But I would probably bring something like that, and then just stuff that we've written. That is just like a
guide to this time period. Almost.
a guide to the time period that's also like a commentary on human condition.
You know,
I
you could
definitely-
probably like a bag full of salt or sugar,
Sugar,
You'd be rich
salt.
as shit,
Dude, if-
cinnamon.
If you had a fucking ice maker, you would be the king of everyone on the planet.
dude.
I mean, some sort of like one of those like little solar powered
I would
like
say solar panel or
Solar
something.
powered battery charger.
Yeah.
yeah, something like that.
Yes.
Dude, just a solar panel alone would change history.
Yeah.
We'd be flying around right now.
Yeah.
Could
if
you
they had
no?
solar
Could you
panels.
imagine like you go back and you're like, you get corrupted where you're like, no, I'm not sharing this with anybody else. This is mine, and like nothing changes in
Clearly,
history
like a
because
bag full of like
Yeah.
ibuprofen, Neosporum.
Dude, if you bring
Medicine.
ibuprofen, you are the best doctor that has ever lived.
this is it. Just like I have in my car. Carmen bought like, it's like a serious like first aid kit, but she was like, in post thought, I'm like, this is actually really nice. Thank you, Carmen, for buying this for me. But it has like it's this big,
Yeah.
and it has a tourniquet. I mean, it has like ice packs. It has so many band-aids. It has literally a whole part of just miscellaneous medicine, including like anti-nausea, like Tylenol, ibuprofen, Pepto-Bismol. It has all of that.
I think really, if I had a box of Band-Aids and a bottle of antibiotic, I could save billions of
If
lives.
a bottle, probably the one you'd want to get is like iodine, because that's a really just a great antiseptic.
Yeah.
So bring some iodine. Well, I would also, mostly for me, I'd be like, fucking, I'm getting a cut. Like, I need to make, like, there's not a real doctor.
But
I can
also,
see.
you could walk around because you've been vaccinated. You could walk through situations where it's like everyone here is dying, and it's just like, oh, I sneezed once or twice, maybe.
that is yeah, no, that would be one thing. If I knew I was going back in time, I'd make sure like I've got all my vaccination shots. I'm gonna be golden.
Mm-hmm.
Like anything that's like a common sickness back then, I'm set for.
Yeah.
3D printer.
Solar powered 3D printer.
Yeah.
If you brought like, I mean, so yeah, there's a bunch of stuff. I mean, I'm sure somebody would name something that would be like, oh fuck, that's really good. But I mean,
I definitely like it'd be like modern medicine, a survival kit for sure, like a book on like survival.
a
some of
weapon that would turn you
Yeah.
into a god.
I mean, a set of like drill and drill bits would be a game changer.
You imagine like just building your house on like kind of in like a frontier-esque area, and you're just like, your house is so sturdy. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, use screws.
Yeah. They're like, what? I'm like, don't worry about it.
You know what wood is, right? We don't use straw on the roof.
But yeah, that would be. I do think about that often. Of like that whole like, what if? Yeah, how would I be okay?
I think about it way too often. I'll pick something up and I'll be like, if I was in revolutionary times and I had this, it would be awesome.
I've thought about that for like even like going back to like Roman times and shit. Like, bro, having a gun, you are a like fire mage.
The
like,
Romans
shit.
would probably be even easier to overtake at that point because they
They had a democracy and they would vote you in charge. They're like, this guy knows so
this guy
much.
knows everything. Give
then-
him all the good femboys.
But then some Caesar shit might happen.
Yeah, but what are they gonna do when I'm wearing a fucking vest?
I was gonna say I've got a fucking AR.
Yeah, they're not
I'm
gonna
golden.
come into the room.
Just one by one.
Yeah.
Next.
It's like 3 of them, and I'm like, oh.
Oh no, they have knives. At 2, bitch.
Let me get to be the Scarface moment of just the say hello to my little friend bit.
I'm ready.
Yeah.
You there would be statues of you.
Yeah, you would be a god.
The Roman Empire never would have fallen. Everybody would have been scared and called you the God King.
God Emperor of Rome.
God, that's so hard.
Back to your question of that medieval game. I don't know what you were talking about, but I do know that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 got announced.
It's a weird game to make a sequel about.
I mean, it ended with like a potential for more, but I didn't know it was gonna be called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I thought it'd be Kingdom Come new subtitle, but apparently Deliverance is
Kingdom Come second round.
Yeah, I'm hyped for it though, just because I like the first game well enough that it's funny because I'll give Matt shit a lot about like Red Dead's monotonous shit and all this other stuff, but Kingdom Come Deliverance is like
There's a lot of it.
arguably more, but I fucked with it hard. That's one I might play again because it was even though I already had it on Xbox, it was like $4 on PlayStation Network. That I was like, fuck it. So like, fuck it, I might play on PlayStation for it. But that game I'm excited for. I doubt it'll take Final Fantasy spot, but that's probably my next game I'm like hyped for this year. Stellar Blade I'm gonna get, but yeah, I'll play that whenever.
Yeah, I'll play that one when it hits PC, obviously.
Did you see Dead Island 2 is on Steam now and it's on sale?
What is?
Dead Island 2.
Oh no, I didn't.
Yeah.
I did because they did a Dead Island sale like 2 weeks ago. I started playing the first one because I have a lot of nostalgia for that game, and it's still fun.
Holds up.
Yeah.
What was it was that and then Riptide, right? Were the two
that Riptide and then like Retro Remix or whatever.
They
but
did,
that's
like
like a 2D weird thing.
I saw like that weird cell shaded one too. Yeah, Dead Island 2 apparently was pretty good. I want to get into it, but I just haven't had time to. But it's on Steam now, and it's apparently on sale because it left Epic Games jail.
God, I wish Kingdom Hearts would do that.
Dude, I'm shocked it hasn't. Although I feel like it just has to be a Nomura thing that he's like focused on remake.
Well, he didn't do those shitty Switch ports, did he?
No, I don't think so. I don't know. I don't know, Mo. Doing the cloud, especially for their fucking PS2 games.
Yeah, like there's no reason the PS Vita could run Jack 1 through 3 on one cartridge.
Like, I can understand maybe 3, but even then, I would happily take a downgraded graphic version.
I'd be fine with just 3 being the cloud version. That would be fine with me because I'm not going to replay 3 probably ever again. It sucks balls.
I might replay it when 4 gets an official release date, just to kind of catch up.
I'll read the manga. It'll be out by then.
I feel so out of the loop on it because 3's the only one I played.
Which is crazy.
I know, and I was like, this is fun.
It is fun, but they removed all the challenge that Kingdom Hearts, to me, is known for.
I was going to say, playing that game on normal, which is what I usually rock, like, just normal modes anyway, it was piss easy.
They didn't have, was it Proud on...
Critical.
Yeah, which is the hardest one, and even on, like, Proud, which would have come with it, still, like, super fucking easy. And no Sephiroth, gay.
I was shocked at the no Sephiroth. Although that
it would have been the easiest game to get him in. Just make it Toy Sephiroth. Make it a fucking Bring Arts Sephiroth and put it in Toy Story.
Yeah, their secret bosses were the weakest for sure. Because the fighting Sephiroth in 1 and 2 was like legitimately the hardest boss fight in video games.
I tried it last night in 1. It was hard as fuck.
I know I've probably asked this, but like, how do the universes connect? Final Fantasy?
They basically, it's like every Disney world is its own unique world. You can go to those sometimes. And all the Final Fantasy characters all live together in this one world, and all their origins have been changed.
Yeah, it's basically just a fan fiction of they've been here the whole time. Their games don't matter. Because
Squall and Cloud are like homies.
Yeah, yet they've never met canonically in Final Fantasy Land. Because technically Dissidia isn't
Dissidia
canon.
is not canon. I mean, it is canon, but
So
once
canon,
they go back to their worlds, they forget everything.
Yeah, they technically, all that gets erased. So
Boys, I don't work tomorrow.
Lucky fucker.
yeah, same. We're a double.
Sorry.
I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, though. So I'm going to party it up and also sleep a shitload this weekend.
Hell yeah.
PJ slept a shitload yesterday.
Yeah.
Today.
I had a 7 to 3 yesterday, which I never fucking have. And I don't like having them because my body is hardwired for the 3 to 11 now. So I wasn't able to sleep at all.
That might be rough when you get your new job.
I'm not getting it. I got denied.
Really?
Oh,
When
shit.
did you find that out?
Like 2 days ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
What were you trying to get for?
GM.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh well.
Is it a denial on just like not right now, or like a like?
It's just like you don't have the qualifications.
You think you can still work towards it, or
I don't know. I don't even know what they want.
you want to ask? Maybe just be like, hey, like what? Like why was I denied? Can I work on that?
I
type shit? Or
mean,
you
maybe,
just
but
gonna
I've
be like,
also
fuck
just
it?
been looking at other places now.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's good that I applied to it because it's like, oh, I can just apply to other places now. I have this thing where it's like I'll get into a situation, I'm like, this is forever, and I can't change it, and then something will come along and be like, actually, that's not correct, and then my autistic brain is like, oh, there's other stuff in the world.
I think I'm gonna be honest. I think that's why I've stuck with Moe's for so long.
Yeah.
Like, even though I'm getting paid really well. That's another thing is when I try to look for new jobs, I'm like, hey, you don't pay enough though.
It got to like 1:30 p.m. yesterday, and I was standing there with no sleep, and I was like, I could just quit right now. I have enough money that I could pay Matt for like 2 months of rent. I could take a month off and then start a new job.
Dude, the amount of times, like, it was literally the other day at work, I went to the bathroom, like, a hand on the knob, I looked to the back door, and I'm like, I could walk out right now. I could just leave. And and I literally turned my body towards the door, and I'm like, no, I need to fucking, and I just walked back. I was like, God dang it.
What have they done to us?
Yeah.
You know, speaking of what they've done to us, they've worn us thin. They've sucked us dry.
And we need energy.
And the answer is Dubby.
The answer is Dubby.
The chosen
Jitterless
one.
energy at your fingertips. With no artificial coloring. None of that whack stuff used from coffee bean extract.
I gotta say, this isn't like a bit for the ad. Truthfully, I have the can of Dragonade and Peach and Beach at work that I will just use with.
You were telling me about that. You guys ran out over there.
We ran out
recently.
because these motherfuckers were using it.
100%.
But
That's how fucking good it is.
yeah.
You bring it into a new environment, and everybody's gonna take your goddamn W.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But if you want to get your hand on Dubby, they're also making these new anime girl
we got new
Nalgene's.
we got new ones.
The quality of the cups has gone insane.
And
Yes.
2 new flavors. I don't know them off the top of my head, but I checked recently.
Is it the hydration flavor? Or
No,
it's new
they
stuff?
have 2
I do want
hydration-
to try the hydration
There's
ones.
2 of them. One's a watermelon, and the other is... I'm sorry, Dubby. The other one's another one.
I'm about to go on W's
Mystery
website.
flavor.
And then they have 2 new flavors. One's a collab, and then another one's just like a... It's one that... Like, the name of the flavor is not very indicative of what the flavor is.
Hey, yo,
Yeah,
W,
like Galaxy Grenade.
Yeah, essentially.
hey, yo, W, where's our collab?
That's right. But
I think
if
we
you
just
want-
need to send an
if
email.
you want some
I would be super down.
and you want to save some money, use code TAKEITSLEAZY, all one word, at checkout, and you'll save 10% and help us out. So,
Hey, you know what you can also do? Download the W Energy app. They have an app.
oh,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
do that. I didn't even
I
know.
just found that out right now.
they have some new Sakura sweaters and shirts.
I'll have to look
I'll
that
check
shit
that shit
up.
out, yeah, actually.
So
Because
that's dope.
the hats are really good quality, and so is the mouse pad.
That mouse pad was great. And
It's fire. It matches everything on my desk.
honestly just
Also, another way to support us, give us a subscription on YouTube. You know, like us. Or on Spotify or any other podcasting app that you're listening on.
Please like us.
Give us a follow. Please like me. I need your affirmations.
Yeah,
please like us.
reach out if you have anything you want us to talk about. Like, we'll fucking do it. We're not like big.
Yeah.
We'll do it. Fuck it.
Yeah, we're sellouts.
Rafe, Millie, Will. If you have anything you want us to discuss, let us know. God damn it.
Yeah, that's right. Well, it's okay. Rafe will have a lot to talk about next week when he's on the podcast.
That's true. We
Yeah, well-
gotta wait for Rafe to get on.
All right, guys. It's been fun knowing y'all for the last episode of. It's been a good run. 100 and how many episodes have we done so far?
This will be 145.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
145.
Halfway to 200.
What are we gonna do? Yeah, we gotta
No,
start. We gotta
that's
start
halfway. That's halfway to 290, or one.
from 100 to 200. We're almost halfway there.
And
that's
as
what he meant.
always,
Take it sleazy.